In today's video, I want to share with you the meal plan that I have been eating from 40, 50, and even into my 60s to this day. And it's a lifestyle way of eating. And there's a name for this that the world uses, and I will share with you what that name is at the end of this video. So stick around until the end. This way of eating, this lifestyle of eating, this meal plan has saved me from surgeries, from having to take prescribed and over-the-counter medications. It has saved me from pain. It has saved me from so many ailments, illness, disease. This has reversed so many things within my own body. It has cleansed my body. And the reason why I have adopted this lifestyle of eating, this meal plan, because it constantly cleanses my internal body, my internal organs, my mind, everything. So let's get into it and let me share with you what this meal plan consists of. And of course, we need our protein. We need our proteins for bone building, for muscle building, for sustaining and maintaining our internal being, basically. So whatever protein you choose, you want to make sure that it is the best protein that you can consume possible. And you want to limit your intake of animal protein, because this has a tendency to clog up our liver, as I talked about on another video. I think that was yesterday. So if you haven't saw that, or 2 days ago maybe, if you haven't watched that video, please go ahead and watch that video, because I talked about how to cleanse your liver with eating meals and smoothies. But today's video, I want to strictly share with you the meal plan that I have adopted over the last decade, more than a decade. From my 30s, 40s, 50s, and into my 60s, which has helped me sustain my weight, and it has helped me, like I said, escape surgeries, over-the-counter meds, medications, and prescribed medications. All right. So protein. How do we get our protein? Where do we get our protein from? You can get your protein from lean meats, from eggs, and if you do that, you want to make sure that it's from a reputable source, organic, grass-fed, pasture-raised, whichever you choose. But you just want to make sure, if you're doing beef, you want to do grass-fed. I don't personally, I don't do any red meat at all in my diet. I don't do meat hardly at all. If I do, it's once or twice a month, if that, and I don't even think it's that. But so no, I'm not vegan. I'm plant-based. So, but I'm just sharing with you in case that you have these types of foods that you're eating, and I will tell you which ones you need to minimize to sustain your healthy weight, to lose the weight and sustain that weight, and to reverse whatever illness or health challenge that you might be dealing with, whether it's joint pain, because some of these foods are causing inflammation in the body, and it's not able to escape or be released due to the way that you're constantly eating, right? Whatever your diet consists of. So protein, that's number one. You can get proteins from legumes, beans, lentils, quinoa. Quinoa is full of protein. In fact, it has 14, it's a complete protein. It has 14 amino acids within that quinoa, and you can eat it for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It's very good. And so yeah, protein. Fiber. We need our fiber. Where do we get our fiber? Lots of greens. We get our fiber from fruits and vegetables, apples, bananas. Fruits are full of fiber, so we need to eat our fiber. And oats has fiber, of course. Oats, those of you who like oats, you want to make sure that they're whole grains. And these are whole grains, and I'm talking about whole grains. And if you do rice, You want to do, I know the research says do brown rice, but you want to be careful about the brown rice because of the arsenic. No, it's just so much. It's just so much. We just have to do the best we can. That's all I can say, right? But when I like to do, if I want to do rice, I'll do wild rice, right? I'll buy organic wild rice. It has more vitamins like vitamin B6, B12. It has, so you want to do those foods that's going to give you the vitamins that your body needs, right? So this is how this is why I call this lifestyle eating, because you have to understand what it is that you're eating, which is why I love coming on here to help you understand what your body needs and what it can, consume or not, and why it's hard for you to digest or not. All right, so whole grains, quinoa, oats. You want to do healthy fats. Healthy fats, extra virgin olive oil. Avocados. Avocados also helps with so many things. And I want to stick with my notes because I don't want to get off topic, but avocados can help minimize your hormones. It's just so many things. I get excited, so let me stay focused, all right? So fiber, phytonutrients, the phytonutrients are in all of your greens, your leafy greens, your broccoli, right? Kale, spinach, broccoli, cauliflower, arugula, dandelion greens, collard greens, mustard greens. All of these greens is a variety, right? And so cabbage. So the reason why I'm listing all of these, because they all within themselves have certain vitamins, certain nutrients that our body needs. And we need those nutrients from the variety of those fruits and those vegetables. The fiber, the vitamin C's, the vitamin E's, the vitamin K's, the vitamin U's, zinc. We need those minerals. Zinc, potassium, right? Vitamin E. We need our minerals. Okay, so I said the healthy fats, and also the reason why these healthy fats are so good for you, the olive oil, the avocados, the nuts, the seeds, these contain unsaturated fats, right? We want to get away from the saturated fats. This is what's causing all of our illnesses and these diseases that we cannot get rid of, because we're eating too many saturated fats, which are in pastas, pies, cakes, candy, bagels, donuts, any processed food. We want it. This is the key. This is the key. It's not a secret. It's a key. We want to get away from this processed food. Deli meats, hot dogs. Why? It has nitrate. All these extra additives in this that we do not need. Our body does not need anything added extra, right? It comes from natural whole foods like fruits and vegetables, which is why if anytime you're trying to heal something in your body, you always want to make sure that it's whole foods, whole grains, whole fruits, whole vegetables, right? Okay, that's the healthy fats. And there are other healthy fats as well. If you do seafood and you like salmon, right, you want to make sure that you are getting the, I don't do seafood, so I'm trying to think of the name. You want to make sure the wild caught salmon, right? And if you do other seafood, mackerel, you want to look into mackerel seafood. There's a couple of other types that you want to make sure that it's clean, because not all seafood from the sea is clean, right? It has too much toxicity in the sea. So you have to be careful where you get your seafood from and what type of seafood you're eating. So, but there are seafoods that have healthy fats, right? If you eat seafood. Herbs and spices. I cannot say enough about herbs and spices. You want to have this in your kitchen. Parsley, basil, cilantro, all herbs and spices. Turmeric, ginger. These are spices that you can add when you're cooking. You can add to your smoothies. You can add to your juices. You want to, why these spices? Cinnamon. These spices help to remove inflammation from the body. And this is what we're trying to do, right? When we have too much inflammation, that causes disease, right? So we got to get the toxins out. Anyway, next on the list, I said beans and legumes. Black beans, chickpeas, which are garbanzo beans. Any type of black beans or any type of bean, period, is healthy, pretty much healthy for the body. Just figure out which one works for you. And I know some of you probably gonna say, well, I get gas from beans, right? Figure out how to prepare those beans to minimize or eliminate the gas from them. You have to soak your beans, of course. You know, just like some nuts, you need to soak your nuts to get rid of the I can't say that word, the acid within those beans, within those nuts. So you want to soak your beans if you're doing fresh beans, right? If you're buying them in bulk. And even if you're buying them in a carton or a can, you still want to rinse your beans before you cook them, before you prepare them, before you make your hummus. I like to make hummus, right? So these are things that you want to incorporate: legumes, beans, lentils, nuts, and seeds. If you don't have any nut allergies, find the seeds that's going to work best for you, right? Pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, walnuts, right? Whatever kind of nuts that you enjoy snacking on. It's a good snack, right? Okay, so this, I just gave you a whole breakdown of this meal plan that I've been eating for the past 30, 40 years. That has saved me, like I said, from surgery, from taking any kind of prescribed or over-the-counter medications, and it has kept me strong. I've been able to run, to skate, jump rope, hula hoop. All of these activities I'm able to do in my 60s. Why? Because I try to put the best of this variety of meals into my body to give me that energy that I need to thrive. All right, so this is what you want to avoid. You want to avoid over-processed food. I already talked about that. Like I said, hot dogs, cookies, cakes, meat, deli meat. Why? Because they add additives inside of this, right? This is what you want to do in moderation, right here. Cheese, yogurt. If you do yogurt, you want to make sure it's Greek yogurt and look for the sign, the little sign. I believe is, I might be getting these alphabets mixed up, but when you buy your yogurt, you want to buy plain Greek yogurt. You can add your own fruits to it, your own cinnamon, your own berries, your own peaches, your own bananas to your plain Greek yogurt. And when you buy your yogurt, if you eat yogurt, you want to make sure it is free of RBGH. Don't quote me. I got it. I might get it. Might have the alphabets mixed up. Somebody put it in the comments for me. RGBH or RBGH. One of those. But you read the ingredients on that yogurt before you buy it. Okay? All right. So again, next, you want to do this in moderation. Cheese, eggs, poultry. All this is in moderation, right? Why? Because you have to give your liver a break. Time to relax. Time to breathe. Time to digest what the foods were from 2 days ago, right? And you'll feel so much better. Okay. Now, you've all been waiting for the name. So I call it my style of eating. I'll call it my meal plan, but the world calls it the Mediterranean diet. That's it. That has saved so many people, including myself, from all these illnesses, all these diseases, and has provided their bodies with energy to thrive all over. Greek, think about Greek. You know, they eat the Mediterranean diet. And over in Europe, these European countries, well, some of them has changed now to they have adopted our American diet. But there are some countries, European countries, that's what they eat, the European diet. But I've been eating this way for a long time. Even before I understood what the Mediterranean diet was. I just loved vegetables and garbanzo beans, chickpeas, beans, black beans, any kind. And I love, mixing up, creating Mediterranean dishes that's giving you beautiful color, bright colors, orange, green, brown, these different colors. When you think about the Mediterranean diet, think about all these different colors. Why? It's going to give you all these different flavors if you know how to mix it well, combine it well, because it also matters how you combine your food when you're eating it, right? Because some food doesn't mix well with others. And I'll do a video on food combining. All right? So I hope this video has helped you. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. I know I probably have forgotten something because these things come up in my mind and I want to share it with you. But if this is the Mediterranean diet that has saved me, once again, from taking prescribed or over-the-counter medications, from having surgery, from removing my joint pain well over into my 60s. And I'm thankful to God that I've been able to consume this diet, not even knowing that it was a Mediterranean diet, this meal plan. I like to call it my meal plan, and I like to call it my style of eating. But the world calls it the Mediterranean diet. All right? So I hope this video has helped you understand how to better take care of your body, your mind, your body, and your soul. That's the simplest way that I can explain how to start to feel better, how to start getting your energy back. Is the Mediterranean diet, or your special meal plan, your lifestyle, the way that you eat. All right? So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Share this video with someone you know that needs to hear it. And I'll see you on the next video. Until then, take care.